Hi everybody, it's Lori with Art Lab Designs, and I am catching up on my Simon Says stamp kits that I had let languish for a while. So even though I'm recording this in August of 2019, we are now looking at the May 2019 card kit called Delicate Flowers, which might be one of my favorite kits that they've ever come out with. I just loved everything about this kit. It's so pretty. First of all, let me show you what's left, which isn't much. I just have some of the paper scraps, but they're so beautiful that I'm going to save them and use them somewhere, you know, in another project, another card, something like that. And of course I have the stamp set, which was a 6x8 stamp set that included beautiful flowers, and I'm trying to think what else was included. I'm sure I'll remember what was included as we go along. But this is the first card I wanted to show you. I used the green kind of watercolory paper from the kit and cut an oval offset to the side and put another piece of pattern paper inside the oval. And then the Smile die cut is a die cut, or a die that I have in my own stash. And the flowers that are on the front, I watercolored. I don't even remember which watercolors I used. I have a few sets, but these peonies are so pretty. They're just beautiful. And there are, I don't know, like 5 or 6 different ones in the stamp set, and I just used 3 of them, and the coordinating leaves and whatnot. And then I used some very pale green crystal drops to kind of make things a little jazzy and sparkly on the front. And on the inside, as you can see, I left it blank, but put a piece of the coordinating paper, a strip of it inside. This is probably one of my favorites. I really had fun watercoloring, which I haven't done in quite a while, and I think it just turned out really nicely. The next card was a lot of fussy cutting, which is not always my favorite thing. But I used a piece of the pattern paper, which is watercolor flowers of some sort. Maybe they're supposed to be peonies. And they have, this paper had butterflies and leaves and, you know, things like that. So I ended up using the paper, but then from the edges of the paper, I cut away some of the matching pieces, if you will, and superimpose them on top using some foam adhesive. So again, fussy cutting, not my favorite, but I do like the way this came out. And I used this really delicate small piece of chipboard, which I bought from Poland. Skrapiniak is the name of the company, and they make the most beautiful chipboards of anybody I've ever seen. I love them. And then I finished this one off with some of the pale green crystal drops from Nuvo. And on the inside, a couple of the other fussy cut butterflies that I did, and Thinking of You. And this is all on a pale pink card base. So I like that one too. This card is on some cardstock that came with the kit, which is green. I think it came with green, pink, a darker pink, and white, if I'm not mistaken. So this one just was some of the pattern paper. So I put some on the back, and then I cut 2 banners for the front. This kind of cocoa color background is also from a piece of the pattern paper. The die is something that I have in my stash, You're So Kind, and I just tied a piece of twine around the top and then left the inside blank so people can write whatever message they want to. And then we have this one, which uses 3 of different pieces of pattern paper. So I used one of the darker pink card bases and then layered it with a light pink pattern paper. This one that has, you know, these little pink leaves. I don't know what they are, branches, I don't know. And then I cut a circle out of another pattern paper that has flowers and butterflies, and put Hello Friend on a piece of pink pattern paper, And then on the inside it just says miss you. And these sentiments are from that same stamp set that came with the kit. And this one was super easy, and I can't even really take credit for the idea. I got the idea from Deborah with Attic Lane, and she's here on YouTube under Attic Lane, as I recall. I'm pretty sure that's right. I saw her video for the card kit, and the pattern paper came in, you know, a cellophane package, and the cover piece of paper was this, and then under the curve it had Modus Scrap, the name of the paper, you know, all the copyright information, that kind of thing. And I saw that she cut just an arc around that information so that she could use all of the little strips as her card front. And I was like, that's ingenious, so I copied her. At the bottom I stamped "Thanks for always being there," and then used some pale pink and pale green Nuvo crystal drops. And on the inside it says "Thinking of you." So the next 3 cards, I actually used the envelopes from the kit to pair up with these cards. So the first one is, it was so unbelievably simple. This is a piece of the pattern paper. I was going to kind of watercolor it, make it a little bit darker here and there. It didn't come out as I really wanted it to, but now that I look at it again, I'm like, it's not so bad. And I used some of the peony stamps from the stamp set to just stamp right on top of the pattern paper. And I embossed in pink embossing powder, "Love everything about you." And then inside, "You are beautiful to me." And I paired this up with one of the metallic green envelopes that came in the kit. These metallic envelopes are really cool. And the next card I also paired with an envelope, and this is kind of the same technique. I took a piece of pattern paper and stamped on top of it and embossed in this particular case. So the pattern paper was very delicate and very sparse, if you will. Just has these light pink blossoms and little light green leaves and things like that. So I stamped the flowers on top of it and some of the leaves and things. I can't remember, I think I stamped them in pink actually, in a hot pink. And then I embossed them with clear embossing powder and stamped "Thinking of you" on the front. And then I went a little bit crazy with with some hot pink Nuvo crystal drops. And on the inside it says "Miss You," and I used a strip of the coordinating pattern paper. And this one I paired with a pink metallic envelope. And then finally, this card is also just layering the pattern paper on a gray, pale gray card base. So I used sort of that cocoa colored paper, and then this paper that has little butterflies all over it. And the butterflies are kind of pink and mauve and cocoa colored. I again used a little piece of chipboard that I bought from Skrapiniak in Poland, and stamped "Hello Friend" right in the middle. I just thought the delicacy of this chipboard wreath went really nicely with the paper and the colors and that kind of thing. And then I used some cocoa and some peach crystal jewel drops. And on the inside, "Miss You." And with this one, I used just the plain white envelope, which also came with the kit. It's not metallic or anything. So those are the cards I made with the May 2019 card kit, which was called Delicate Flowers. I hope you enjoyed the video and that this gives you some inspiration if you haven't already created with your May card kit, or if you still have some of the components left and want to use them up. These cards are all available in my Etsy shop, which is linked below in the description. And that enables you to also just see more details of the cards with the still photographs that I took. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is where I put most of my art-based kind of things. And if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.